thing that you can actually
Meta Wolf Chaos is actually real. They're actually doing a re-release of it, and I didn't just imagine it because I was so sick of watching the Devolver Conference last night. But anyways, today is the second to last day of E3 conferences for this year, and we got a pretty decent chunk. The first one is Square Enix, and as usual, I wrote down a list of some stuff that will probably be shown. First, I listed the games that have already been shown, and pretty much all of them are from the Microsoft conference. Just Cause 4 was announced, and in fact, as I said before, it was leaked multiple times. Kingdom Hearts 3 was shown at the Microsoft conference, which this seems to be the most likely game to be essentially shown at the conference. Shadow of the Tomb Raider has pretty much already been shown already. Nier Automata's Xbox One port was leaked and shown already, which admittedly, that game kind of makes sense to announce early at the Microsoft conference because it's just like a port of an already released game. And then in terms of the actual announcements, we got quite a few. Square announced that they were making a Avengers project, back in
Are you done?
Damn it, it's storming. Please don't crash. If the stream suddenly stops, you know what happened. But as I said, Avengers project, as in the Marvel ones, was announced back, I believe, 2014, as being fairly early in development. Now seems like the perfect time to announce it because Avengers hype has reached the pinnacle due to the recent release of Infinity War, so we'll most likely see it. It was also rumored that they're working on a Guardians of the Galaxy game, but that sounds like it's currently in the same state the Avengers project was when it was initially announced. So we're most likely seeing it. Not going to see it for a fairly long time. And it should be noted that I think the former is being developed by Crystal Dynamics, and the latter is being developed by, I think, the team that handled the Deus Ex games recently.
You said Hail Mary. I mean,
Left Alive was announced last year at the Sony's TGS conference, which is pretty odd considering how the game looks. But it's kind of ridiculous if you haven't seen it. It essentially is a brand new game in the Front Mission universe, which Front Mission was a fairly old turn-based strategy game that came out on the Super Nintendo. It was obviously Japan only at the time, but they did, in fact, localize the original game and re-released it on the DS. So you can actually play it in English officially. But Left Alive is completely different. It's essentially a third-person shooter where you play as humans and fight the mechs. And if that sounds familiar to you, you'd probably be shocked to hear that Yoji Shinkawa did the artwork for it. If you don't know who that is, that's the guy who does the artwork for the Metal Gear series. Or, well, did. So yes, the game seems to be an actual spiritual successor to Metal Gear, since Kojima's no longer at Konami, and instead Konami's just making odd, but maybe decent, survival spin-offs of Metal Gear now. A brand new Nier project was confirmed a while ago, but it might be too early to show. Not too much to say. This one isn't an announcement, but I feel like noting it because it's fairly interesting. Hitman was recently sold back to its original developer, IO Interactive, who currently is actually working on a new Hitman game, Hitman 2, but since Square no longer has the rights to the franchise, it's now going to be published by Warner Brothers. I assume this is like a fairly long partnership that's going to last a while. Again, not something that'll be shown at the conference, but I thought was an interesting thing to talk about. Probably the biggest and most long-lost announcement over the past couple of years is the Final Fantasy VII remake. Announced rather infamously at Sony's E3 2015 conference, the same conference that had The Last Guardian and Shenmue 3. It completely vanished after a second showing at the PlayStation Experience show that same year. Which, the short version is, it was originally intended to be co-developed by CyberConnect 2, who basically just kind of got kicked off it. Apparently, the development team at Square Enix and CyberConnect 2 were having some internal squabbles, so they basically just said, we're not having CyberConnect make the game anymore. And since it's basically been completely missing ever since. It's now being worked on just by Square Enix, and I believe they stated that they just actually had to reboot development after that. And it's basically been stuck like this for a while. It still exists. Like, it's not actually canceled because they've been gradually saying little bits and pieces of news for it. For example, they showed artwork of Cloud and Sephiroth at a Japanese event. I forgot what it was. And more recently, there was a screenshot of the game that was kind of hidden. I forgot the context, but it was basically a picture of Square Enix's offices, and on one of the monitors was a very clearly visible screenshot of the game. I completely forgot why the picture was taken, but I believe it was an intentional release of info, and not a leak that someone just snuck into Square's offices and just photographed a picture of a monitor running the game. But it seems like now might finally be the time it gets shown, assuming they don't just shuffle it over to the Sony conference later today, which would be kinda expected, admittedly, but still. Like EA, they publish indie games sometimes under the Square Enix Collective label, though I think most of them are crowdfunded projects that are partially funded by Square Enix themselves. But I think we'll probably be seeing some announcements on that front at the conference. The infamous Walmart Canada leak that happened a couple of weeks ago had a listing for Dragon Quest Builders 2, which I believe hasn't been announced for localization yet. So they'll most likely have it shown off here. And finally, People Can Fly, who is the lead developer behind Painkiller and Bulletstorm, is apparently making a game that will be published by Square Enix. I think, from what I understand, it might be early in development. I'm not 100% sure, but I could have swore it was stated it's super early in development and wouldn't come out for a while.
And then there is the Avengers project.
I started the stream a bit too early, but
no one quite knows
evidently I went through these pretty well.
where,
considering it's only
I
like
don't know, it was just listed.
3 minutes until it actually starts.
This was Game of the Year for me a couple of years ago. But
Let me think what I can do while we wait.
If it comes, I'm going to be super stoked. I'm going to be excited. It was an awesome game. You could play it on your Switch, your Vita, your PS4 now. You totally should. It's amazing. They absolutely
Can't
should.
really think of any like dream announcements like I did with the Microsoft conference.
Is worth a look at.
But
Definitely, with 11 coming out as well, might as well add the Builder's Game to it.
Is there anything that would
See,
just
streams
absolutely shock and
live.
surprise you of Square Enix?
If they said Final Fantasy is coming out this year, Final Fantasy 7 is coming out like
Things
this
You
year.
think that would
working well. It's just I started a bit too early.
It wasn't coming out this year. Hasn't it been? Hasn't it been? We originally saw this 2 years ago? 3?
Thinking, what
Usually
can I
2015. Yeah, 2015.
talk about that's related to
I
Square?
think it's going to be a surprise. They haven't said anything about it. They've released way more Kingdom Hearts stuff, which, to be fair, has been in the works for 10 years now. But
I mean, it's probably way too early for like Final Fantasy
And
16.
then, you know, I checked in
But
with Twitter a lot.
now that I
People say,
think
well,
about it, there
certainly
is
this
like
some sort of
still DLC
another
coming for
remaster of
15,
previous
which
games on new
I didn't
systems,
actually
which
put
is-
this on my
which is
list,
always
but
fine. I
you
mean,
know what?
I'm sure it would be great.
I probably
I think a lot of
should,
people are like,
now that I
switch it
think
up
about
now,
it.
Give me all the Final
But
Fantasies
yeah,
on the Switch, or,
they
you know,
might actually
Is there a way
be
to
like
do
some
a
announcements for Final
Battle Royale
Fantasy
with Square
15
Enix
DLCs.
characters? I'm just trying to put it
Because
all
they're
together
still
right here.
actively
Actually,
updating
that would
it.
be probably one of the most surprising.
In fact,
if
I
it was
think
like
a few days ago,
Final
they
Fantasy.
actually released
Instead of the
a
characters, it's the summon.
modding
You get to play
toolkit
Shiva
for
or
the
Ifrit
game
or
on
something.
PC.
That'd be dope. Sorry.
Which it was stated when it was first, the PC port was originally announced that yes, it would have modding support, but still,
Cutscenes. The whole game is cutscenes.
it's pretty odd to see that Final Fantasy has modding support. But it looks like we're almost at the point it's gonna start, so here we go.
3 p.m. the PC Gaming Show. Excited to see. We've always had a few surprises there. You know what will happen, and then probably one of the more interesting sort of discussion pieces is after the stellar showing by Bethesda, by Microsoft. Will Sony close the show out in the same fanfare that you know?
Yeah, come on. It's just 1 minute left.
Their press conference last year was astronomical. I mean, it was like a multimedia performing art experience. As a producer, creator of content, for me, that was like a very inspiring, groundbreaking press conference. So
that's great.
I hope that they either
Time's rolled over.
or I feel like every year
Just
they
gotta
kind of push
wait
the envelope
a
little
few
bit.
more
And I feel like
seconds.
I would say a lot of the press conferences imitate Sony.
Well, we'll find out. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. Don't forget to use that schedule by
Here we
layer
go.
extension. And it is time for Square Enix at E3 on Twitch.
Let's see.
The journeys we will take. The demons
There's that
we will face.
axe thing from Tomb Raider.
We will become. Our
The
next
sword.
chapter is about to begin.
The grappling hook from Just Cause.
Welcome to the Square Enix
Pretty good
E3
start.
Showcase 2018.
皆さんこんにちは。スクエアエニックスの松田です。スクエアエニックス E3 ショーケース2018をご視聴いただきありがとうございます。本日はスクエアエニックスが2018年度に発売を予定しているタイトルを中心にご紹介いたします。豪華ラインナップに加え、もちろん最新情報もお届けしますので、どうぞ最後までご視聴ください。さあ、いよいよ始まります。一緒に楽しみましょう。
There is a moment in everyone's life when we must make a choice.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Worlds shape our destiny
That's kind of a boring start.
to become who we're meant to be.
I'm gonna level it!
Off to a good start.
There are no parachutes!
I know!
Well, you certainly are now.
Come on! Come on!
Hi, my name is Daniel Chaibson, game director at Eidos Montreal. You've just seen the beginning of Shadow the Tomb Raider, which will deliver on Lara Croft's defining moment as she races to stop a Maya apocalypse. Lara will have to confront a brutal jungle environment in order to survive. And even though that she's more confident and more capable, she will still be outgunned and outnumbered by Trinity. She will have to use everything she learned from the jungle and use it in order to survive. We call this becoming one with the jungle. Let's take a look what this means for gameplay.
Well, for one, it means you most likely survived that plane crash.
Hold your position. I say again, Croft is coming to you.
Jesus Christ. Shh. We'll get her, sir.
Show me her corpse, and your entire team is next to her for deacon training. Look out.
Terrible.
I'll kill you all!
Base camp's having trouble receiving. As soon as this is up, we'll use the booster signal. What the hell? I got it.
This would be a lot better if they just started with at least something they didn't previously show at the Microsoft conference.
How do I patch these together? Kappa team still has eyes on Jonah Maeda. Can we get more light in here? Kappa team still has eyes on Jonah Maeda. Can you spell me a bit? Gotta check in with Maltese.
Sure. Gives me something to do. Hey, you know Maltese's access code? 010353 Mike.
Hey, heading over there now. Need some backup here. This place is empty.
It'd also be nice if they pick something a bit more action-packed.
Find out what's going on. You, take point. Lead the way. Maybe there. Enemy spotted!
Yeah, that's real stealthy. Just cause a damn explosion.
Just seen. There's so much depth to the combat that we cannot wait to show you more. There's new traversal techniques like rappelling, wall running. We even have a full 360-degree underwater swimming, which means full underwater exploration and survival. We have also one of the biggest hubs we ever created in any Tomb Raider game, featuring a hidden city. And of course, we have tombs. We have more of them, and they're deadlier than ever before. But for now, we're gonna leave you with a video that will give you a taste of what to expect out of Shadow the Tomb Raider and how Lara Croft becomes the Tomb Raider that she's destined to be.
Somehow feel like I've seen this before. Yeah, some of the footage looks new, but still. They really should have picked a better game to start with.
The road ahead is uncertain and fraught with danger.
Final Fantasy
Stand together.
mobile
We
game.
are the warriors of light, ready for whatever new challenges and surprises await us.
Oh, it's the MMO thing.
Oh dear.
That's really not a good start. Wow.
Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience.
I'm sure this is great if you actually play Final Fantasy 15, but I don't.
For what you have done with blood.
Okay. Too bad I'm not interested in Monster Hunter either. This looks interesting. Maybe Life is Strange 2 for real? Oh, it's that kid from the Microsoft's E3 trailer. They're not gonna show a trailer for it again, are they? Yes, they are!
Captain Spirit is ready for battle.
Come on, really? Why even announce it at the Square conference? I mean, at the Microsoft conference.
Hi everyone, my name is Michel Cor.
And my name is Raoul Barbet. We are the two creative directors of Life is Strange at Dontnod Entertainment.
As you may know, we have just revealed the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit. It's a brand new story in the Life is Strange universe. And this full experience will be available to download for free on the 26th of June.
To us, Life is Strange is not a single town or set of characters. Captain Spirit is our way for introducing the players to the many stories we want to tell in this expanded universe. Captain Spirit is not Life is Strange 2, but it will be your first steps into this world.
The game is hiding many secrets and even some links to the brand new story and characters of Season 2. So make sure you take all your time to explore.
We cannot wait for you to experience Chris's story. We hope you will enjoy it. Have a great E3, and from all the Life is Strange team at Dontnod, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, it was kind of a waste of time.
I just need to make a cool costume for Captain Spirit.
Come on. Now they're actually showing the trailer. Okay. Oh wait, there's Dragon Quest.
The power of light.
Looks more like that Heroes spin-off though.
Darkest hour.
I think this will be the third game.
It seems that grief and tragedy have followed you since birth. Cruel fate's dark plan has stalked you to the corners of the earth. You've brushed with
At least it's a new game, I suppose.
yet still you have your life.
That wasn't previously announced at an earlier conference.
It is your fate to save this world. For this, you must survive. Bright luminary, let the light shine on the world again.
Well, I like the Dragon Quest theme, so I'll accept it.
Fate hangs by a thread. We must fight fire with cold steel.
All that matters is power, and the only power that matters is that of the darkness.
It's time to claim your birthright. Only you can save our world.
Destiny beckons!
This is where your story ends.
Do not lose heart. Do not look back. Until your time is through.
Oh, it's actually Dragon Quest. Normal.
We swear to protect you. While we live, none shall
That's lame.
Yep. We're all in this together.
Show us what you've got.
Let's do this.
I was thinking it was a new game. And they're also bringing back the pretty bad CG cover art trend. At least the good covers the reversible option. Mobile game. Knew it. At least it's getting a PC release. Well, this looks new. Hmm? That's a lot of text. It's Dark Souls, isn't it? Actually, wait. I think Dark Souls is Bandai Namco. Oops. Well, it's a new game at least. What? Platinum? They make great games. I'm in. Oh wait, it's near.
Discovers a new home.
Wait.
We will take back our world from the scourge.
Come on, really? Why did you show it at the Microsoft conference then? If you were just gonna show the same damn trailer at the Square Enix one.
Glory to mankind.
Wheresoever you wander, and whoever you meet along the way, the adventure will be one to remember.
I think I remember this. Oh yeah, it's that Octopath Traveler.
Cleric, scholar, merchant, warrior, dancer, apothecary.
It is coming out in like a few weeks, so...
Step into their shoes and explore the realm of Orstera as you see fit.
I'm not too interested in it.
Whose path
So...
will you tread? Octopath Traveler.
And that's Just Cause 4. Is this going to be the same trailer again? What? Looks a bit different. But please, can you at least show something that wasn't at the Microsoft conference?
A rogue agent on a mission that'll challenge everything and everyone he knows. Rico has arrived in the fictional South American country of Solis, the largest and most breathtaking world we've ever created. Every journey into Solis will uncover history, secrets, and danger. Never before has a Just Cause game offered greater variety, rich in all forms of life.
Well, I'm sold, but please, did you really need to show the trailer again?
All enforced by Gabriella, the leader of the private militia organization, the Black Hand. Just Cause 4 takes destruction and physics simulation to a whole new level with the introduction of extreme weather. Experience towering tornadoes that can tear trees from the ground and level bridges to sticks. Awesome forked lightning, unpredictable and deadly sandstorms, and roaring blizzards. Witness the spectacular destruction as they offer both a challenge to Rico, as well as creating fun opportunities for creative sandbox gameplay.
Yeah, that looks like a really cool mechanic.
Totally overhauled. New additions that offer extra gameplay opportunities. Bulldozers, car transporters, cranes, and even wrecking balls are all fun in our world. We have new handling on bikes and cars, as well as exotic vehicles like jet skis and microjets. Rico's grapple is now fully customizable and has been overhauled to make it more intuitive for newcomers, while offering greater depth for a more experienced player. The grapple now has more tethers than ever before, and the ability to deploy booster rockets and the all-new airlifters, making the grapple an incredibly powerful and creative tool. Meanwhile, a new story glues together our free-form, go-anywhere, do-anything gameplay that Just Cause is so famous for. And the stakes for Rico have never been higher. Combat in Just Cause 4 is better than ever. Enemies now present a far more intelligent threat to Rico. Each archetype comes with unique abilities, with AI designed to keep the player on their toes. Solis is a deeply advanced systemic world. Everything you've seen, from the incredible physicalized destruction to unparalleled draw distance, is powered by the brand new, best-in-class, open-world Apex engine. Welcome to Just Cause 4.
Hey, this seems new. Well, something's definitely not right here. This is live action footage. Oh, there's the CG. Not the best title, but at least it looks cool. And here's Kingdom Hearts 3. Show a new world, please.
And for every door, there is a key. All you have to do is wield it.
Imagine if it was like Marvel or Star Wars. Come on! Really? The same trailer again?
A walking, talking snowman. You really are alive.
Hello. Olaf, are these your friends?
No, never met him. Don't know anyone blue, green, or who's oddly spiky.
Look out!
Please.
You can control ice.
Control it? No, all I ever do is hurt people.
Well, at least there's gameplay of the world, but still.
Give me strength.
That's kinda lame.
Whoa! Yeah. Ha! Take this.
Still, Sora, that doesn't mean you should change. Accept the power you're given. Find the hearts joined to yours.
How did I live in a
Look out!
Come on.
So what will Elsa accept? Light or darkness? I know, I want to know.
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
In that case, by all means. Nothing would please us more than Roxas's return, of course.
And Roxas?
Yes. For the virtual world to be completely realized, Ansem the Wise would have included Roxas's full data in the construction.
This Keyblade.
Is that?
Mickey. You're too late.
Please be something new. No way. Are you serious? That's the whole thing? Really? There has to be something at the end, at least. Please.
Thanks for joining the Square Enix E3 Showcase 2018.
Really? 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 That was a complete waste of time. There was like one whole new game, and that's it. No Final Fantasy VII Remake. No Left Alive. No Avengers Project. Nothing. Why did they have this? Like, why? That was just a complete waste of time. See you at the Ubisoft conference, I suppose.